Good day, good people. Welcome to my channel. If you are new, welcome back. If you've been here before, my name is Sina and this is Sina's 2 Cents. I am a married mom of 3. My husband and I do not share finances, and I am on a debt-free journey to pay off almost $50,000 in consumer debt. So if you would like to join me on this adventure and help hold me accountable, I would love to have you. Today, I am going to be doing a budget reconciliation for May 2025. So the budget closeout. For me, I think even more important than doing the budget is the reconciliation. A budget is just a plan. A budget is just the idea for how you're going to spend your money. But the reconciliation shows what you actually did, if you followed the plan or not, where you went off track, and allows you to make adjustments going forward so that you don't get off track again. So I want to say that for me, I did not follow the plan for May. May was a mess, and I have left my finances in shambles because of it. But it's okay because I'm going to check it out here. I'm going to see what the numbers are. I'm going to give myself grace, forgive myself for the missteps, and then move forward from here. So let's just jump right into it. It's like ripping a Band-Aid off. Okay. So income source 1 is my first paycheck in May, $26.09. That's what it was. My paychecks are $26.09. Income source 2 is my second paycheck in May. Now this one is actually different because at work we signed a new contract, and the contract included a signing bonus. I wasn't sure exactly how much of that I was going to get to keep. I know that they were going to tax it. It was going to be some retirement contributions in it, some union dues. I wasn't sure how it was going to come out. So I estimated $1,500 I was going to keep, so $4,109. It actually ended up being $1,601 of the bonus that I got to keep. So my paycheck number 2 was $4,210. Bonus income is usually a combination of some cash that my husband gives me and a paycheck from my second job. I work in education, so I do some online grading, and I actually ended up getting a lot more hours in May than I had originally planned. And so my bonus income, instead of being $1,200, was $1,907. And so my total income was $8,726 for the month of May. So did better than I thought I would. Fixed expenses basically stayed the same. They're fixed expenses. You generally know what to expect. My car, I budgeted $499. It was in fact $499. Car insurance was $452. My property tax was $600. Homeowners insurance was $292. Now this is where my first fixed expense, actually my only fixed expense that was different than what I had budgeted. So if you watched my May budget video, my cable bill had gotten ridiculous. It was like $420, and I said, that's it. I called to cancel cable, and I talked to a very nice woman who said she could help me lower my bill, and I wasn't 100% sure what the number was going to be when it was all said and done. So I budgeted $372 because that's what it was before they raised it. And it actually turned out that it was cheaper than that. So my cable went down to $3.29. Still too expensive. I know I need to cut cable. I'm just not ready yet. And I think it's important to be honest with yourself about what you're gonna do. So $3.29 was my cable bill. Amazon, $17. The gym, $68. And Apple Care is $12. So that makes my fixed expenses were $2,269 instead of the $2,312 I had budgeted. Now, here is where it starts to go off the rail. My variable expenses, crazy. Groceries, I budgeted $400 and I spent $400. Gasoline, I budgeted $200, but I only spent $150. And that is because I actually went away for a week. I spent a week in Alabama visiting my sister, so I did not drive my car for a week. Personal expenses. So again, there was a lot going on this month. I went to visit my sister. It was my birthday. It's my daughter's birthday is this month. And I did not budget properly. Okay, this budget was just a wish. It was how I would like to have spent my money, not what I was going to do. And this was a really big lesson for me, because that's what the budget can't be aspirational. It can't be what you hope it will be. It has to be realistic based on who you are, what you're really going to do. So I budgeted $200 for personal, and I actually ended up spending $759 on stuff. That's it. I'm not going to beat myself up. I bought some clothes. I went some places. I took myself out. It was my birthday. I'm allowed. And it wouldn't even be a problem if I had budgeted for it. The only problem is that I didn't. My kids, I budgeted $120. I spent $315. That was some mommy guilt for leaving for a week. It is what it is. Miscellaneous, $40. Miscellaneous is usually when I get paid, I take a $20 bill, I throw it in my wallet just in case I'm out and I need to spend it. Family fun, I budgeted $100. I ended up spending $412. That's it, $412. Eating out, I budgeted $100. I ended up spending $244. Household, I budgeted $50, and I ended up spending $150. And birthday, this was for my daughter's birthday. There was something that I wanted to buy her for her birthday that cost $300. And I did. But then my sister was taking my nieces to the beach, and my daughter wanted to go with them. And so I also ended up buying her a plane ticket to meet them, which cost $394. So altogether, I ended up spending for her birthday $694. So let's look at what the damage with that is. 400 plus 150 plus. And so my variable expenses, instead of the $1,510 I budgeted, came to $3,164. Ridiculous. But it is what it is. I'm not going to beat myself up. Emergency fund. And so this is the savings and investing category. Emergency fund. I budgeted $400. I did put $400 in the emergency fund. My Roth IRA, I budgeted $200. I ended up putting $275 in. Sinking funds, budgeted $400, put $400 in, and there was nothing left for my buffer. So, and I can pretty much do this math without a calculator, but I'm here, and the calculator's here, and so I might as well use it. And that came to $1,075. So the last category is debt. I always pay $400 on my American Express card. The American Express card is a shared card between my husband and I. He sends me some money to pay on this card, and we don't use it anymore. We're just hoping to get rid of it as soon as possible. Barclay card, I budgeted $400. I actually spent $400. The City is the card that I'm working on. And so it would get this 200 plus the extra debt amount. So the $1,450. So for a total of $1,650, it should have gotten. It did not get that, but I did put $1,114 on the City card, and the Discover card. I budgeted $600. I actually put $681 on the card because I like even numbers, and so I just rounded it up to an even number. So that is $2,595 I spent on debt. So let's see, my total income was $8,726, and let's add up these expenses. 2,269 plus 3,164 plus 1,075 plus 2,595 equals total expenses $9,103, which means that I overspent. I spent $377 more than I made. Where do you ask? Did that $377 come from? My credit cards. And that's one of the things that really has me upset, because my main goal is to pay off my credit cards. And I instead I pushed it in the opposite direction this month. So I was really optimistic about what my debt update would look like, because I had put over $1,000 on the card I'm working on. I was really happy about that. But, you know, it is what it is. Like, all we can do is is do better next time, right? I don't have a time machine, and I can't go back and undo this. But I know to make a more realistic budget in June, and to really rein in my spending. I won't have a birthday in June. But there are a lot of birthdays of people that I love in June. And so just planning in advance and being realistic will be helpful. If you haven't already, I would love it if you would subscribe so that you can join me as I figure all of this out. And put a comment below and let me know what are some budgeting mistakes that you made. Until next time, I look forward to seeing you soon. Thanks.